Who knows what will happen? Who knows? Maybe, maybe the end of the world. I don't know. Maybe sell all the stocks. I don't know. You know what I mean? Just real casual. Just maybe the end of the world. I don't like it. I don't like it. And like, it's not personal, but I just don't like it. It just feels like you're being a bit sly. You're trying to scare people without trying to scare people, but you kind of are.
Again, like the canary in the coal mine. Let's just talk about it. This brings me to the Atlas thing.
Here we go.
If it's okay, let's jump into that.
Sure.
Everybody's asking what my opinion is on the 3-eye Atlas, object coming to Earth. Now, I'm not an astronomer. I'm not a scientist, but why they're asking me is because I made a statement back in January saying that, hey, there's a lie coming. And of course, it was part of a show, and it was just but if you watch the whole show, you kind of understand what's going on. And I've made a ton of statements about why I would say something like that. I'm not hiding and just saying it. I've explained to people why multiple times, but people are asking about that. Now, I don't know anything about that particular comment. I read the same stuff as everybody else. The trend I'm realizing, our friend in the disclosure movement, Avi Loeb, he talks about these unique characteristics, and he's not wrong about that, but it is a consensus of one. I don't see a bunch of other astrophysicists and people working on this stuff really echoing that same sentiment. I do love his open-mindedness, and he knows far better than me, and he's investigating the unexplained, not explaining the uninvestigated. So I've got a lot of happiness and joy for the way that he's looking at this problem set. But I will stand firm in that I said in January, and I actually said it earlier, but it was, I think it was played in January, that there was something coming, that people were going to try to convince the public at large that there was a spacecraft slowly moving to Earth. And that didn't come out of thin air. That wasn't just something I made up before I sat down. That came from years of people trying to impose upon me something to use my mouth, that there was this threat coming, that there's a 1970s document that I believe to be classified for sure. And, I don't have the ability to get that out to people, but it postulated this. So there were so many warning signs that this was going to happen. I finally said the quiet part out loud. Intelligence agents from multiple agencies durationally over years would call me and slowly edge at me with this theory and this idea to try to get me to say it. And it felt so manipulative, I had to call it out. So that is specifically why I said it, because I felt that pressure over time. I know you've been told, there are these hints of...
Okay. So, it dates back to at least Werner von Braun. This is in 60s, 70s, perhaps. And now consider where we are today. Consider what we're hearing about Avi Loeb. I think people are well within their right to speculate and be a little bit sus on the way this is being reported on. But what I find interesting is the way that Jeremy Corbell there is saying people from various intelligence agencies have been trying to feed him information in a hope that he would repeat it. And this is actually the same kind of thing that Diana Pasulka said, and it's sort of the reason why she distanced herself from the people she was hanging out with in American Cosmic, is because she started to get the feeling that she believed the people she was hanging out with had a vested interest in the fact that she was writing a book specifically, and that they perhaps wanted certain things that they were showing her or certain things that they were telling her to go in the book. And again, that doesn't necessarily even mean that it's all fake, because we sort of know that disinformation works best when it's sort of mixed with some truth, right? But I guess for her own integrity, and and that's just I guess it feels like you're being used, even if there is truth in it. If you become friends with someone and then you sort of discover that there's an ulterior motive there, it's just got a weird feeling to it. Even if you did kind of get along with them, if you then find out that they actually were yes, you were having a good time with them, but they also really wanted you to subconsciously talk about the things that they want you to talk about. That's a bit of an icky feeling, I think. I don't think I would like that either. So I get that. What I want to highlight is the fact that if it's intelligence agencies that are telling Jeremy Corbell about this incoming ship or asteroid or or whatever, invasion, however you want to term it. Remember, these are the same people that were coming to Jeremy Corbell to find out about the UFOs. But to me, it doesn't really make sense, right? On one hand, you've got intelligence, you've got apparently Corbell briefing intelligence agencies, filmmaker, journalist, by the way, briefing intelligence agencies. And then in the same breath, you've got intelligence agencies telling Corbell what's actually going on and what's happening. The math ain't mathin'. Something ain't right. And this is what we're doing. Slowly, just trying to put all the pieces together. And it's a messy jigsaw. It's like a jigsaw that you got at a garage sale where a lot of the pieces are missing completely. There's no picture on the cover, so you don't have anything to kind of work out where the pieces go because it's like a box from like 80 years ago and it's just worn down. You can't see anything. And then about 50% of the pieces that you do have are like badly damaged. And you kind of, even if you can fit them together, you're not actually sure if it fits there because the piece is so damaged. That is ufology. Okay? Ufology is a puzzle from a garage sale that is a century old and damaged. Yo, if you're enjoying this clip, make sure you subscribe below and head on over to the main channel if you want to watch the full replay of this video. You might even be able to catch one of the streams live one time and get involved in the chat as well. All the links you need will be down below.
Big things coming. Well, if it is, fucking say it. If it is, then you have a duty to say it. But no one's standing up and raising their hand. So I do think it's absolute nonsense. I think that you're going to see, a comet that's, maybe unique by material pass by the Earth and life goes on. I'm pretty high confidence that that's what's going to happen. But again, I don't know. I'm not an astronomer or anything.
And I'm with Jeremy on that one. I think this comet will pass by and nothing will happen. I think that, and that doesn't mean I'm not open to it not being that, but like, I'm just going off like the fact that, nothing's ever happened so far in our recorded history, at least that we know of. So just going off like the statistics, the likelihood of that changing seems like very, very, very low probability. So, and given that believing anything other than that would be quite distressing and like quite a, like, oh my God, what's happening to Earth? It just seems like a far more intelligent way to go about things is to just be like, okay, nothing's ever happened before. It's much safer to assume that nothing will continue to happen in that sense, rather than jumping on this bandwagon of like, oh my God, we're going to be invaded. Like, okay, I get it, but like, it's probably healthier for your mind to just be like, okay, if that happens, I'll start worrying about that. But until then, probably nothing.
I just know what intelligence agencies have tried to push on me.
A lot of people have jumped to a conclusion. Aha, Jeremy was talking about this one. How did he know? And, I was wondering that myself since you hadn't shared it with me.
But you've heard it. You've heard it, George.
Yeah, of course.
2027 to 2036. Ooh, a big thing is coming. Okay, what is it then? How'd you find out about it?
I've been around long enough to remember Hale Bopp. Hale Bopp. Art Bell, a lot of people saying, oh, there's something following it, a big spaceship, end of the world coming. And then the crazy cult people in Southern California all drank the Kool-Aid and died, killed themselves so they could meet up with it. Bad stuff can happen when you do that kind of crazy prognostication. And I'll tell you, I saw this last night on X. Somebody had a picture of Avi Loeb, and they're quoting him as saying, if you're going to take a vacation, you better do it before October 29th because this is it. And you know what? I don't know that
this
Dr.
guy,
Loeb
bro,
said anything even.
This fucking guy.
Oh, he did.
He did.
Take your vacation before October 29th.
Yeah, I saw the video clip. But again, it's all.
Do we want to watch the clip? We've got the clip. Do we want to? I think we should watch the clip. It's only like 30 seconds, and then we'll listen to Jeremy's take on it because he did say it. And like, this is what I'm saying. This fucking guy, bro, because, I've been critical of him because it's like, I don't know. It's like, he does come across as like very sort of like, like innocent and just like a little kind of like science nerd guy who's just interested in this big rock, and I get it, but I do feel like he's kind of washing it through the UAP space to get more traction and interest on it than it really needs. But then at the same time, he keeps just kind of like throwing in these little like, bigger than the thing that killed all the dinosaurs. Ooh, what would happen if that hit us? Like he just keeps throwing in these little like sly comments that are like fear-inducing to people who were caught up in this kind of thing. Like he doesn't fully say it is this, but he keeps like just throwing out the idea that it could wipe out the Earth. Whoop, dunno. Could be Armageddon, maybe. My friend is selling all his stocks. Make your own mind up. You know what I mean? It's like, it's kind of like, it reminds me of COVID when the government was like, oh, you don't have to get the vaccine, but you just can't go to the shops, buy any groceries, put fuel in your car, or essentially survive for more than 3 days. But it's up to you. We're not saying it. It's up to you. You just can't do anything or survive if you don't do what we say, but that's up to you. It feels kind of like the same thing. Anyway, here's the clip.
It will pass closest to the sun on October 29th, 2025. I got a text message the other day from someone who said that he is trading options on the volatility of the market with an expiration date of October 29th in order to make money. And I immediately thought that I don't know if there will be meaning to money if this object turns out to be technological after October 29th. If you want to take a vacation, take it before that date, because who knows what will happen. Now,
who knows what will happen? Who knows? Maybe the end of the world. I don't know. Maybe sell all the stocks. I don't know. You know what I mean? Just real casual. Just maybe the end of the world. I don't like it. I don't like it. And like, it's not personal, but I just don't like it. It just feels like you're being a bit sly. You're trying to scare people without trying to scare people, but you kind of are.
All about context, right? So when you're doing an interview and you're talking with people, he was probably kind of making a joke. He wasn't doing a doomsday thing, but it becomes like, biblical scripture. Everybody's got it. Look, Avi Loeb is fighting to investigate the unexplained, not to explain the uninvestigated.
See, I don't know if I can give it like once or twice. I mean, first of all, Avi Loeb's not a comedian. He's a scientist, kind of the opposite of a comedian, actually. Not many scientists are funny, and not many people who are funny are good at science. So I don't personally think he might be sort of saying it lightheartedly, which he kind of is, but I don't really think he's joking. And if he had said it once, I could definitely give him that pass. But dude, he said it like coming up. It's got to be at least 5 times now on different shows that he's made these kind of comments about it. And that's what I don't like about it. It's not the comment itself that I have a problem with. It's the way that it's being talked about. And then, yes, it does then get taken out of context even further when people start speculating on it.
It's awesome, but it's the media and social media doing it to itself. I just, I don't know, man.
Well,
Yeah. I think that's probably the end of this sort of section that we need to look at. I think it's a combination of both. I think he's probably saying things that he doesn't need to say, and then people are getting upset about it, like me, and it's getting even blown out of proportion even more. But I would like to think that I'm not blowing it out of proportion, personally. I think I'm just commenting on it and calling it as it is. But there are people out there who will take that and make a headline like, the world is going to end, sell your stocks, take your holidays before October 29th. Now, I'm not making those headlines at all. But the problem is that people will, and that's what's annoying.